Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So today we're going over to Scotland to the Orkney Brewery. This beer was kindly gifted to me on the channel by Mr. Bolton Wanderer, so thank you for that. It's incredibly humbling is the word. There is probably a better word to be gifted beers, beers from parts of the country that I'm never going to get to, even though I really want to. I'd love, won't we all, to have a camper van, get in a camper van, have the money to do what we like, go travelling. Britain and the further parts of Britain, not bloody in the city centres where shitholes, but the further afield, this country is absolutely amazing. In COVID, I watched this programme about the 100 greatest places in Britain, and I was gobsmacked how lovely this country is. And there's a lot of decent breweries, which gets me to this beer. So this is Orkney Brewery, and it's called Skull Splitter. And yeah, always reminds me of this, to be fair. It's a Scotch ale. This is where I fell over at Nottingham Craft Beer, after Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. For people watching this in the future, I left the Craft Beer Festival. I live literally 40 minutes from the Craft Beer Festival, even walking 45 minutes. 5 hours later, I got home. I fell over or punched, no idea. Blood all down me. 11 hours at QM at the Queen's Medical Centre, Nottingham, in the A&E department. Yeah, not the best of sights. You would not want to see a picture of me when it happened. I wish I'd got a picture, really. If only to say to people, when you go drinking, and I'm not an arse who says, people preach. All I would say is just look after yourself and be careful. Because even the best of us, not the best of us, but even people who think they're fucking, untouchable and, better, never fell over. Well, I fell over before, but never hurt myself. Walked home for 35 years from town boozing. Nothing happened, streetwise, super streetwise. I was born in the roughest area in Nottingham. I know I might not be that sort of person, but I know and can spot it a mile off. And for me, for it to happen to me, it can happen to anybody. So, little thing there, But anyway, it's a Scotch ale. It's 8.5%. Wow, look at that. And it's a Tuesday now. Is it Tuesday? Fucking hell. Pardon my French. Orkney Brewery. Do apologise for swearing. But there we go. So let's have a look at the ballot. Let's see what it says. Skull Splitter is our strongest ale, which is named after Thorfinn Einarsson, who was the 7th Viking Earl of Orkney. Sophisticated and satiny smooth with deceptively light character, it is a tribute to our colourful forebear. The Orkney Brewery beers are brewed in tune with the ecology of our beautiful corner of the Northern Isles. I'd love to live somewhere like that, money permitting. On the nose, this strong beer has a fruity malt character with hints of dark fruit, spicy hop, dates and figs. Sounds amazing. On the palate, rich and complex with sweet toasted malt, molasses, fresh and dried fruits and hints of warming spices. The UK Chief Medical Officer recommended adults to not drink more than 14 units per week. Yeah. Yep. And do I listen to what governments say? No. Because they tell you one thing and they do exactly the opposite. So, moderation over whatever they tell you. Nice bit of smoke out the top if you've seen that. So here we go. A little bit of smoke came out as well there. So I'm trying to do a decent pour instead of a normal raggy pour, albeit knobhead pour, as Bowman Beer Reviews and Adam, Mr. Mersey Beer Reviews, always tell me. And one day we'll have a beer tuber meetup and beer community meetup. Could you imagine that? Load of us together drinking beer. If ever I won the lottery, obviously quite a nice bit of money, set up a proper Raggy's Beer Festival 2. That'd be summit. Invite a shitload of people, invite a shitload of breweries, getting their beer there, inviting a load of people in. Wouldn't that not be the greatest beer festival? Bit of an exclusive beer festival because you'd have to be friends of either the channel or the community or the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the beer community, which, you know, all social medias encompass, because not everybody goes on YouTube. Some people do, some people don't, but certainly across all. So there's the pour. It's a dark looking pour. Trying to get the colour, to be fair. It's not black. It's like it looks like a dark mahogany colour. I have no idea what it said on the bottle. I've already forgot. Oh yeah, it's got rich fruit aromas on this. Bit of fig, but there's definitely rich fruit aromas. Right, let's dive in. Whoa, looking forward to this. My mouth's salivating. Whoa, it's been a long day. I've been at work all day. I need a drink. Oh, oh. So I'm getting dried fruits and all that. So it's like a strong version of like Adnam's Broadside sort of thing. That's what I'm getting. And then I got just a kick of licorice as well coming in. Licorice, touch of blackcurrant maybe. I sound like some of my mates when they cut smart stuff, and I'm like, the fuck have you got that from? And one of the beer reviewers I most admire, and admire, you know, it's a word that, you know, I like his beer reviews, and some of the stuff he comes out and it's like, whoa, where'd you get that from? It's Hopzine, and he'd be drinking this, and he'd be getting stuff that's just bonkers what he gets. And you've got you've got to admire people like him. You know, he knows his stuff, and however many people follow your channel doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You know, you can have 200,000 subscribers, but it's the person who's there. Just because some go viral with, you know, and sometimes it's luck, sometimes it's who your mates are, what little clique you're in, them sort of things, and then there's some that have built their channel just on what they are and what they do, and you know, for that, there's certain beer reviewers who I admire above anybody, regardless of how many bloody, you know, subscribers they've got, and regardless of how many I've got. It means nothing, you know, in that respect. Whoa, feeling that ABV, that 8.5%'s kicked in really quickly on this one, and I'm enjoying it. Although the fact I've been up now since 5:30 this morning, it is now 8:57. So, and literally all I've had today is a bacon and mushrooms cob, which was fucking nice. But yeah, I had a bacon and mushroom cob. This is proper raggy beer reviews. This is old style raggy. I swore, never gave a shit. Still do it. Still being right by the brewery though. It's an amazing beer. Don't get me wrong. School splitter. Shit. I just think of me head here. This thing here, which I've been told that I might have to have it cut and another stitch put in to get it looks like it's a bit of blood that's trapped beneath the skin. A doctor's appointment soon, I think, for that. I'll give it another month or so. Give this time to go. Once this has gone, hopefully. Lesson learnt, you know. Obviously, still like a beer and all that, but lesson learnt. Oh, that is nice. it reminds me, like I say, of an upgraded version of a fantastic beer itself, Adnam's Broadside, with the characteristics there, but with a Scottish twist to it, obviously, and a bit more poke in all directions, lots of flavour. God knows what a beer like this, if it's going to affect it with these stupid new things going forward. Although I assume that these new things that the government's put out is only for England. Scotland are doing their own thing anyway, so I assume it's already a different thing in Scotland. I don't live in Scotland. Drove through Scotland, not that I should live there, but I've drove through, and I've obviously seen lots of pictures and photos and stuff. And in the grand scheme of things, we're all humans. Regardless of where you live, where you are in the world, we're all humans. And sometimes, especially in wars, countries need to remember this. But obviously we are countries are ran by people who are sometimes voted in, sometimes take over and ruin the world. And as we know at the moment with regards to Ukraine and Russia, there's a lot of stuff that happens that we're not party to. There's a lot more than meets the eye. It's funny because for 10 years I watched X-Files, and I don't consider myself somebody who's, I don't believe everything you're told, that's for certain. And, there's lots of stuff, COVID, there's lots of stuff that only comes out later, and sometimes it's ran by there are conspiracies. And if you've been in a workplace situation where things have happened against you, and then you understand about conspiracies. But anyway, let's go back to the beer. This is an absolute banger. And I'm feeling walloped and all. So, still getting that licorice though. Still getting some licorice, rich fruits, getting all the Adnam's Broadside stuff. But also, bits of licorice keep popping in. It's amazing what you get from beers when you taste beers. We'll get what we get though. People get better. People, some people pick out things in that. Where'd you get that from? That's the amazing world of beer. And sometimes temperature, where you are, what you drank before, all these equations pop in. As I've been told by my other friends in the beer review, community, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. But we get what we get. Absolutely love this. A good 4.55 out of 5. Very decent beer from Orkney Brewery. And again, massive thank you to Bolton Wanderer for gifting me the beer. Super kind. Thank you. And we'll see you later. Cheers all.